Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Oracle Ong. Thanks so much for liking on this channel and subscribing to this page. This is a full moon reading. I hope the energies will be very positive, and I'll be able to channel better messages from spirit to my good friend M, who is asking for a career reading at the moment. So it sounds like she got this incredible opportunity at work, was able to progress within this great job that she has, but now is faced with many responsibilities in this role, and she's asking for guidance. So, what can she expect moving forward? Is her set of questions, and spirit, what inner spirit should she channel to navigate her, her new challenges moving forward. So I'll just pull out a set of cards, a set of 6 cards in the first instance. Let's see. Okay, let's start with these. We've got, as the central card, a Page of Pentacles, um, which is a great opening card. I think it's a very interesting card to come out here because it sounds from your story that you are, in a way, at the peak of your powers. You are being given this incredible new role, a very high level senior executive role. A million girls would probably kill for that job. Um, People will probably be looking at you as the Miranda Priestley of your company. But you're being symbolized right now by the Page of Pentacles, which is very interesting. So this is a very youthful energy. Um, a boy here, or could be interpreted as a tomboy, like a boy who loves playing outdoors, here playing origami. Um, so very creative kind of energy that is radiating out of this card, but also very at peace with this person's humble creation, right? So Page of Pentacles is asking you, it's also a time to start anew and actually embrace learning. And it's such an interesting card, knowing a little bit about your particular profession and what your organization does. It is about children, right? And I think what is being asked of you is also that kind of youthful kind of spirit, to really enjoy that spirit of learning, um, to radiate that from within you. I think it would be such a great you'd be such a great role model for you to embody that humility of a child, and also that curiosity, that willingness to jump at new things and experiment, play, and create things with her own hand, right? And be very self-reliant, and use one's imagination as a child does. And I think as a leader, that's not like the typical qualities one might expect from, a senior executive, but that's what's being asked of you by the Page of Pentacles. um, and the second card is usually kind of like the obstacle, like the kind of contradiction or that dialectic that you need to balance and tease out moving forward. But these are two incredibly resonant cards. So Page of Pentacles as that youthful energy, and Ace of Wands as that um, energy of creation, that card of creation, that card of setting things into motion, and being sure that you're at the start of your journey, and you have all the fire from within you, to light up all your projects, to make sure that things will push through, and will be carried out. So Ace of Wands is an incredible, and very incredibly positive card. As you can see, um, it's also kind of seated atop this kind of mystical maze kind of image, which means direction, which means also being centered. You're not going to get lost. You just need to trust in yourself. That's what the Ace of Wands is asking you. And things will bear fruit. As you can see, the start of flourishing, the start of life, coming from this card. So I'm being drawn by these two cards. So this is a card I want to discuss next. This is what is in your, so in that spread, this is symbolizing your current thoughts, what's in your conscious mindset at the moment. And it's a Ten of Wands, a very interesting card. Obviously, a card that carries with it none of that youthful energy, but all the weariness of like an adult. It's like this person is just um, bearing the burden, having to carry all this weight. So this person is like looking down with all this fire energy hanging above him, and also um, pretty much dampening this person's spirits. So this is what you're feeling. It's a feeling of, am I ready? Really? Am I worthy? Is what I'm feeling. It's also that imposter syndrome kind of at play here. Also, kind of like speaking to the Page of Pentacles. Um, Perhaps the Page of Pentacles is that person that you also see yourself, um, while others kind of externalize or project onto you something else, and you feel burdened by that. Ten of Wands. Being asked to do too much. You're kind of like being stretched too thin. There's a lot of responsibility, a lot of obligations. Subconsciously, though, you've got Queen of Swords, which is an interesting card. It came out in the reverse, actually. So, while you might be feeling incredibly burdened, there's a lot of obligations. You know that this woman, Queen of Swords, represents somebody who is sharp, who cuts through all the crap, says things um, as they are, calls things as they are. She can be a bit biting. She can be a bit of that Miranda Priestley, a little bit too in your face. Sometimes you need to kind of sugarcoat the truth a little bit, um, and work more cooperatively and collaboratively rather than being the smartest person in the room, who the Queen of Swords is. So I can sense that challenge and that tension. On one hand, you feel obliged, overly extended, so many obligations. On the other hand, you know deep inside you that you can bring out this woman. Um, the fact that it's in your subconscious makes me feel that you're kind of repressing her a little bit. And the fact that she came out in the reverse too. It's either you're repressing her, or could you be, yeah, there's an element of like holding back, on what you're really capable of. You don't want to outshine somebody. You don't want to step on somebody else's toes. Um, Also, another possibility is um, she might be coming out as hurtful sometimes and threatening, and that's somebody um, who is very much aware of her powers and her ability and the way that people see her in the room. Um, that tendency you're trying to repress. That tendency you're trying to keep at bay. You don't want to come across as the bitch, right? Sometimes you would need to have to bring out the best aspect of the Queen of Swords. Someone who respects facts, respects the truth, respects evidence, is very much guided by that rather than um, simply by going on gut feel. I know currently um, in your country where you are, research is not that valued. Um, and I'm sure you know that meme that is going around. But yeah, go do research, go value research. Interesting. Ten of Pentacles came out in the reverse. This is your recent past card. So Ten of Pentacles in the reverse is the card of family and family love and community, being grounded by the love and perfect communion. Look at this card of incredible stability, right? Like one person doing one elaborate yoga pose upon the other, and you've got a cute dog on top of them. Um, and of course, Ten of Pentacles represents completion, represents the whole, represents the perfect balance and stability of family. It came out in the reverse. So this is your recent past card. Um, and this is also like a career reading, which suggests to me that it might be coming out of like a place of fear as well. That um, this stability and smooth flow that you're currently experiencing in your family life, um, that fear of turning that upside down and rocking the boat a little bit, it's not going to be all smooth routine as you take on your current role. You're worried about flipping that around. And this card came out in your near future. And this is a very interesting card. One of the most evocative images too. This came out in in a personal reading for myself quite recently when I was kind of interpret. So Six of Pentacles first. What does that mean? Six of Pentacles is the card of giving and receiving. It's the card of um, things looking as if they're in balance, but possibly they're not. The artist drew this figure with a very intriguing interpretation compared to the original tarot, to the original Rider Waite Smith tarot deck. So here, it's not clear who's taking and who's receiving. It's not clear who's the pauper and who's the prince. It's not clear from which kind of life force um, is this true reciprocity or is this about extraction? That is a question being posed to you ultimately. So I think this represents like a possible future or a possible fear about the future of there being an imbalance of giving and taking. And I interpret this in relation to family just because it's in that same plane as the Ten of Pentacles, which is the ultimate exemplar of the family card in the tarot. So, Six of Pentacles could be about power relationships within the family having to be renegotiated, and that's one thing that you should be watching out for. It's neither a positive nor a negative card, and that's what makes this image so powerful and so intriguing. Um, I think ultimately, I'm a I'm a Libra rising. I'm not sure about your astrology, but to me, yeah, balance is important, and is one of the key principles of wholeness. And I think you would want to seek balance and to correct that reversal of Six of Pentacles, where you should be supporting each other. You should be entitled to ask for help. You should be entitled to also say, I'll have to give up this stuff in order to give myself to another task that I have in mind. So, um, time management is something that I can see Six of Pentacles and compromise ultimately. So let's pull out your last four cards. I've got the Three of Wands that spilled out. It's one of the jumper cards. If something spills out from the shuffle, it's called the jumper. And I usually pay attention to those. Oh, here's another two. There's a Five of Swords. There's a King of Pentacles, which is an awesome card. And let's see what your final card is. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. So first, Three of Wands. So this is the card representing you, um, representing you in the near future. Three of Wands, as you can see here, is about starting something. It's about creating this new structure. It's not yet towards completion. That will be the Ten of Wands, right? Which is already there. That feeling of already being burdened, but in the near future, you are going to see your projects come together. And this will be something collaborative as well. Three of Wands will symbolize that. Three of Wands also symbolizes travel. So expect to be going places literally soon. Um, this next card is very interesting. It came out in the other person card. This card is ultimately, so swords is about thoughts, ideas, and also communication. And I love how this tarot deck depicts these swords as attached to the tips of one's fingers. And isn't this like perfectly symbolizing today's digital culture of like typing hurtful stuff also at each other? Um, I think this card is um, asking you to be prepared. There will be trolls, literally. There will be naysayers. There will be people who will be nasty, um, possibly judging you. I can feel some of that. Some of it is co-workers. Some of it I'm not getting. Yeah, more likely co-workers. More likely folks in your field judging you, calling you out. That's something to watch out for. Remember that how to navigate this. Remember, you are the Page of Pentacles at the end of the day. And that's who you truly are in this role. You're here to serve children, and you're also there to embody the best qualities of a child who's creative, who is imaginative, and who's experimental, who's not set in their ways. So what if what you're doing is a little bit out of the box? So what if your project doesn't quite fit what the donors have traditionally been going for? Trust that intuition, as a child would trust one's ability to craft something from nothing. Um, Interesting card in your other person. So the ninth card is like, watch out for this, like a potential complication or a potential external activity or action. And I interpret the King of Pentacles as a mentor figure, as somebody who is an incredibly powerful, influential person in your field, who will be coming into your life pretty soon. And the King of Pentacles is somebody who will be the role model of the Page of Pentacles. How perfect is that? Page of Pentacles. Looking up to the King of Pentacles. I interpret the King of Pentacles as, yeah, somebody who you admire, um, possibly taking you under his or her wing. I would like to queer the personas of tarot. I don't think the king is necessarily always male, but somebody who knows their shit, and you like, I want to be that person. Um, and you will have that opportunity. This King of Pentacles has incredible ability to see um, beyond the current project. Consult this person if you're feeling overburdened. Consult this person if you're not feeling balanced. Ultimately, and this is a very Pentacles spread, by the way. This is your final card, and this is an Eight of Pentacles. Look at this person buried in books. Well, isn't this person you? And you at your highest self. You are happiest at this moment. Um, Learning, studying, but having to put in that work, right? I mean, you got to where you are from working your ass off. This was not handed down to you um, on a silver platter. You'll have to be prepared to put in the work. The Eight of Pentacles is a card that symbolizes patience, symbolizes a lot of um, so endurance in this quest, in this task. This is not a card of like trickery or bluffing. Um, so I hope that clarifies stuff. Seeing another, doing like another overview of your cards, I see Ten of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, all in the same row. King of Pentacles down here. Pentacles is also money. Congratulations. I think that you have hit the jackpot. So I am so happy for you. Congratulations. I think this is a great spread. Um, Trust. The only challenge is that Ten of Wands, Queen of Swords in reverse. Also, that second guessing of the Ten of Pentacles and that family card being in reverse. So, again, don't suppress like your confident, wise persona. Don't suppress that, but also make sure that when you speak with the truth, with no intention to disparage other people, and to diminish other people's feelings and work. Ultimately, you are the child who is learning. You are the person who is doing the hard work. And that kind of patience, that kind of humility, and imagination is what's going to set you free to do all the things possible. All right, thank you. Like and subscribe. This is Oracle.